Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today, and welcome to one of those videos that is essentially a time portal back to 2015 where we look at the launch cycle of Fallout 4. Quite honestly, in this video, it doesn't matter whether you liked or hated Fallout 4, I think it brought about at least one very positive change overall for our game industry. And this video idea came to me when I was watching the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal. Now, while the gameplay reveal hasn't quite done it for me yet because I want to see more about the supposed dungeons and open worlds and the quests about, what was really surprising that I clearly am not paying close attention to Destiny 2 was that the game's coming out in September and the gameplay reveal just happened now, and obviously it was revealed about a month ago. When we go back to its reveal, it's about a 5-month span of marketing for this title, and we see that all the time now ever since Fallout 4. Battlefield 1 did it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 did it. Even small games like The Surge didn't have ridiculously long marketing cycles, even though a game like that could really benefit from something along those lines because it's from a smaller dev team and doesn't have all the money for that marketing, but they made good use of their time. Now, don't get me wrong, we obviously have the games such as Horizon Zero Dawn, which is marketed for years, Persona 5 as well. There's plenty of titles that are still stuck in that very long marketing cycle, but more and more what we're seeing is around this time of year when E3 is approaching, games are being announced and releasing later that fall. And if you can really just place yourselves back before Fallout 4, when we thought of games releasing, there was the biggest complaint that holy shit, it's like 2-year marketing cycles where games transform so much. And then we get examples like Ubisoft where we see how much Rainbow Six Siege has changed, how much The Division has changed, and while I actually enjoyed both those games quite a bit, point being is that these long development, long marketing cycles ended up doing more harm than good for the title because it dragged out for so long. People gradually lost interest in the title. It didn't capture that initial excitement, which is so important to sell a game. And most importantly is that although, like I said, you might love Fallout 4, you might hate Fallout 4, but the amount of sales this game had proved that it didn't have to be a groundbreaking game for people to go out and buy 20+ million copies. This was just a game that was marketed exceedingly well and capitalized on its hype immensely. And I have to say, that's a good change for all of us. It is so awesome to see a game for the first time and actually have confidence while watching it that I'll be able to play it within the next 5 months or so. That is such a rewarding feeling as a gamer because it feels like my interest is actually being, well, rewarded. I also feel it's starting to lead to less titles being rushed. I mean, look at how good 2017's been. I'm not saying that's because of Fallout 4 and because of the marketing cycle there, but I'm saying in general that so many games are coming out and they're all so good for the most part. Don't get me wrong, like any year, this game has had some of its blemishes, but 2017 has been exceedingly amazing for video games. I think part of that is because we're seeing developers really sit down, take their time, investing in how they can make their game unique, their game fun, and their game worth your $60. And part of that is holding their cards close to their chest until they have all the ideas solidified. So when they reveal it and you see it for the first time, you know exactly what you're going to be buying into. And sorry for getting a bit off topic here, but with this flurry of games, we're seeing developers compete, which is fantastic, where yeah, for reviewers such as myself and many others, it is a complete bitch to try to keep up with all of these 60-70 hour adventures. But on the other hand, for those who aren't reviewers, which is the majority of you guys, it's excellent because then you get to watch these talented developers fight for your $60 and make the best product possible, and competition's good. Anyway, I got a little bit off track here. What I was getting at is that I think it's a pretty positive change that Fallout 4 helped bring around with its marketing cycle, thus shortening the marketing length overall for most games, where usually when we see it for the first time, we're getting it within 6 to 7 months compared to a year and a half, which is always great. Anyway, that will do it from me. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, the links are in the description down below. Do consider supporting my Patreon. It helps fuel all the content we create here. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.